Hey, how are you doing? What if I told you you can buy more real estate and the per unit cost goes down with the more units that you purchase? That's what I wanted to talk about today in this episode. Hey, hello, I'm Luther Ragsdale, broker CEO of Platinum Real Estate, founder of the Luther Ragsdale's Institute. And we specialize in helping you acquire more property from 2 to 59 units. And today I want to talk about the per unit cost. Now, when you buy real estate, a lot of people have asked me, Luther, should I buy single family? Should I buy multi-family? And I always say, buy more units. The more units you can buy, the better. If you can buy two, that's better than a single family. If you can buy 8 units, that's better than a duplex. And I want to show you right now why that's so important. And I want to show you something called the per unit cost. So let me break this down. When you buy a piece of property, and let's say it's a single family home, and we're going to purchase that property for $280,000. The per unit cost is $280,000. So per unit, okay, it's $280,000 for that one unit, for that one house. Nothing wrong with that, but that's 280 per door. Okay, if we then buy a duplex, 2 units, and let's say we paid $390,000 for 2 units, you basically take the sales price, divide it by the number of units or the number of doors. That would be 390 divided by 2. We are paying $195 per door, or to say it correctly, $195,000 per unit. Per unit cost. The more units, the less per door, or the less we're going to pay per unit. This is called per unit cost. So single family home, $280,000. Duplex, let's say 390. 400. Okay, we'll just keep it easy. $400,000 for a duplex. Okay, now I am paying $200,000 per unit or per door. Now, let's go up to, let's say, 48 units. 48 doors, a apartment complex with 48 doors. Let's say I paid $4.3 million. 4.320 to be exact. 4.320 of 48 units, that's $90,000 per door. $90,000 per unit. So the per unit cost comes down. Do you see the power in the per unit cost? The more units, the lower the per unit cost. This is a very, very powerful strategy. Great way to become financially independent. Great way to become debt free. Great way to retire. Can you retire buying single family home after single family home after single family home? The answer is yes. I'm not knocking single family, but I always say, single family is like driving a dump truck, and multifamily is like driving a Ferrari. That Ferrari gets you to where you're going a lot quicker. So when you were in the multifamily range, if you want to retire in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, you want to become financially independent, you want to become debt free, the more doors, the more units you own, the quicker you will retire, the quicker you will become financially independent, the quicker you will become debt free. Real estate is merely a tool to help you build wealth. Let me say that again. Real estate is merely a tool to help you build wealth. The more doors, the more wealth. The more doors, the more units, the more cash flow. Okay? Why? Let's say that I go back to that single family home, that duplex example. Let's say that the single family home is 3 bedroom, 2 bath. let's say that the duplex is also 3 bedroom, 2 bath. We can even go up to 48 units. Let's say all 48 units, 3 bed, 2 bath. The rent is going to stay the same, but the per unit cost comes down. So if the rent is $1,800, let's just run some quick numbers. Single family home, $280,000. The rent is $1,800 for 1 unit. But if I can pay $390 for a duplex. That duplex now brings in $3,400, twice the income, but the per unit costs have come down. Do you see the power of the per unit cost? I am able to buy more units for less per unit cost. If we go back to that 48 unit example that I mentioned, $4.3 million is what I paid for the property, but it was $90,000 per unit. So the per unit cost was low, but I am still getting $1,800 worth of income from all of the units. So my cash flow is a lot higher. In Atlanta, Georgia, there's nowhere you can buy a single family home for $90,000. But if you have a 48 unit apartment complex, you can buy that apartment complex, and the per unit cost or the per door cost is $90,000. So what's another major benefit to multiple units, more units, there's more cash flow. The rent is the rent. If it's $1,800 for a single family home, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, it's $1,800 for that duplex. One side is 1,800, the second side is 1,800. You purchase 48 unit apartment complex. If they're all 3 bedroom, 2 bath, it's $1,800 worth of income for each unit. And just to, kind of help you with that, 48 units, $1,800, that's $52,800 a month worth of income every single month. Let me just tell you that number again. 48 unit apartment complex, $1,800. That's what I'm using for this example. $1,800 times 48. That is $52,800 worth of income coming in every single month. What is that telling us here? Right? We can have more cash flow. Here's another powerful thing about multiple units. Every year, I will increase that $1,800. Let's say I increase it $50. Let's just say $100, just for round no numbers. One unit goes from 1,800 to 1,900. But when I have a duplex, I am raising the rent on 2 units. Fourplex, 4 units. 48 units. I am increasing the rent on 48 units. So my cash flow is going up 48 times. Very, very powerful, but my per unit cost was very, very low. Now, I know somebody out there, you might be saying, hey, Luther, I can't afford 4.3 million. Hey, Luther, I can't afford 2 million. That's the power of multifamily property. There is a lot of different strategies you can use, right? There's a lot of different strategies out there that you can use that's creative financing, and is actually easier, or I find it to be easier with multifamily than single family. All you have to do is just have the knowledge. I have a master class, my deal and acquisition master class. That's exactly what I teach. How to first find the units, then once you find the units, how to analyze the deal, put the deal together, and close the deal with little or no money out of your pocket. Let's be creative. So to build real wealth, let's think outside of the box and don't think, well, I can't afford 2 million or I can't afford 4 million. Yes, you can. Whether it's 2 units, 4 units, 20 units, I know that you can do it. Here's another very, very powerful thing. I want you to go to my website, lutherragsdale.com. I have a financial calculator. You can put in the amount of money you want to make every month. Let's say you want to retire and you need $10,000 to retire. You can put $10,000 into my calculator at lutherragsdale.com, and the calculator will tell you how many units that you need to achieve $10,000 every single month. Powerful calculator. So when I help investors, everybody that I coach, the first thing we want to figure out is, what's your goal? Do you want to retire, become financially independent? Maybe you just want passive income. Maybe you just want to travel. No problem. Here's the deal. What we want to look at is, how many units do you need to own to achieve your financial goal of retirement, financial independence, whatever. And let's say it's 10 units, 12 units, 20 units, whatever it is. Now you can purchase one property, two properties, and now you have achieved your financial goal. Okay? This can happen with multifamily. I am not knocking single family, but as I always say, you can get in that Ferrari and get where you're going a lot quicker than in a dump truck. So multifamily gets you there a lot quicker. You want to retire, it's going to happen quicker. Multifamily. You want financial independence, it will happen quicker with multifamily. It will happen quicker with the per unit cost being lower. Single family home, the example that I gave you, single family home, $280,000 for 1 unit. 48 unit, $90,000 per unit. That $90,000 per unit will get you there much quicker. Now, I want to give you just 5 quick reasons why multifamily is a winner. I want to give you 5 quick reasons why per unit cost is the way to go. Number one, vacancies won't kill you. Single family home, if that property is vacant, that mortgage, that debt comes out of your pocket. If that property is not paid for, you now have to what? That money comes out of your pocket when it is vacant. Also, when you're qualifying, the bank looks at you. Why? Because the bank understands you have to make that mortgage when it's vacant. Multifamily. One of the things that I want to show you and teach you in my upcoming masterclass is how to analyze the deal so you understand the numbers, so it's not a burden on you. Number two, one roof, but you have multiple streams of income. You have a duplex, you have a quadruplex, you have 10 units. There is one roof, but there is multiple income streams coming in. What does that mean? So now you have one roof. If that roof goes bad and you have to repair or replace that one roof, no big deal. It's covering 10 units or it's covering 8 units. And so guess what? That one roof isn't costing you as much from a maintenance standpoint. Your tax bill is lower because you have a lot of units. You are still paying taxes, but you have a lot of units and a lot of income coming in off of all of these different units. Okay? You have multiple streams of income covering whatever expenses that you have. Number three, valuation. When you increase the rent, you increase the value. In another episode, I will talk about valuating multifamily properties. But for right now, what I want you to understand, you are buying the property with a very small per unit cost. But when you increase the rent's going up, the value of the property goes up because the higher the value, the higher the higher the income, the higher the value. I want to say that again to be clear. The higher the rent, the higher the income, the higher the value on the property. Okay? Next, property management. You can have one property manager managing 20 units. You can have one property manager managing 40 units. You can have one property manager managing 12 units. You don't have to manage the property. Even if you choose to manage it yourself, no big deal. You are maximizing your efforts because you have so many units. You don't have to ride across town only to deal with one single family home, only to deal with one unit. You're able to now what? Go to the property and handle 2, 3, 6, 12 units all at once. And number five, the fifth reason that's very, very important. I'm a licensed real estate broker and I teach every time you close a deal, earn a commission on your own deals. Put together creative financing, put together partnerships, use your real estate license to purchase a property even when you purchase it for yourself. So number five, the fifth most powerful thing, you now can use your real estate license to offset the down payment, and it's very, very easy in multifamily. And you can buy more units with less per unit cost using your real estate license, using creative financing options. And you can build wealth, you can build cash flow, retire early, whatever your goal is, you can do it a lot easier and quicker with multifamily than single family. I want to personally invite you to my upcoming deal and acquisition masterclass. I want to show you how to find deals, multifamily deals from 2 to 59 units. Most people they're not successful because one, they don't know how to find the great properties. Look, they're out there, you guys. Right now, there's some great deals out there. You have to understand how to identify the best deals. So my masterclass will show you how to find off-market properties, how to find the best deals. That's number one. Number two, how to close, how to put the deal together. So first you have to find the deal, understand how to run the numbers. Then once you run the numbers, how do I put the deal together? How do I close on the deal? If you want to take your financial situation to the next level, join me at that upcoming masterclass. You can get all of the details by going to masterclass.lutherragsdale.com. That's masterclass.lutherragsdale.com. Register for my upcoming masterclass. It is a live masterclass. I personally teach it. I look forward to seeing you there. I'm Luther Ragsdale. Thank you for your time. Thank you, and may God bless you.